Hey folks, it's Ascendant again, and welcome back to another episode of Alternate Adventures, featuring Dark89, and this time we'll be looking at the viability of a Cannonball smelting alt. Since its release in 2003, the dwarf multicannon has been extremely popular for PvM tasks, in particular for Slayer tasks, as it can greatly increase the speed of your kills. Firing the multicannon requires lots of cannonballs, and thus cannonballs will practically always be in high demand and can be pretty lucrative at times. Creating cannonballs is super simple. You just need a cannonball mold, a steel bar, and a furnace. And for every steel bar that you smelt, you get 4 cannonballs in return. It does take over 2.5 minutes to smelt a full inventory, so it is rather slow at times, but being slower means it's also more AFK and more desirable for alt accounts. At the time of this video, the profit from buying a steel bar, smelting it into cannonballs, and then selling those cannonballs on the Grand Exchange is 371 GP, so you can see why this can be a very lucrative and very profitable alt account if you can make enough per hour, as even if you make only 400 or 500 bars per hour, you're still looking at a profit of 148k to about 185k. The creation of cannonballs requires 2 rather simple things. Firstly, it requires the completion of the dwarf cannon quest. This quest is really easy and short and has no requirements to complete. I will briefly brush over the quest in this video, but you can find a link to the Old School RuneScape wiki for a guide in the video's description. The final requirement is level 30 smithing. You can get this in a few different ways. Obviously, you can smith the highest level item that you can create until you hit level 30, or you can complete the Knight's Sword quest, which will take you right to level 29 smithing, and then finish off one more smithing level with some more smithing. This is Future Ascendings jumping in really quick to make a quick correction. The smithing level requirement for cannonballs is actually level 35 smithing, not 30. I don't know what I was thinking at the time, but you'll get to experience me figuring this out later, so don't worry, it all gets sorted out, and let's get back to the video. Since I need some quest points for a future alt account video, I'm going to complete the Knight's Sword for 3 quest points, and I will also touch on it in this video. I will also be doing Dwarf's quest, as the Knight's Sword quest requires level 10 mining to complete, and Dwarf's quest will take me right to level 10. After that's all said and done, I'm going to smelt myself 1,000 bars worth of cannonballs and do some calculations to see how good this is as an alt account. So I'm going to shut up now, and let's get to the video. Okay, so first up is the Dwarf Cannon quest. This should be really short. I brought everything I need with me, and the only thing you really need is a hammer. But let's go ahead and get to it. Don't mind me, I'm just fixing some fences. There's the last broken fence. Aw, how sad. That's a dead dwarf. Alright, this should be the end of Dwarf Cannon. Yep, there we go. Quest complete. Ooh, look at that. 7 crafting. So I would go over Dwarf's quest, and I would give you a link to a guide in the description, but pretty much all you have to do is bring 6 clay, 4 copper ore, and 2 iron ore to Doric, and that's quest complete. You can do it in 1 dialogue too. Yep, there we go. That was all completed in 1 dialogue, and there's level 10, well, level 11 mining. So let's go ahead and do Knight's Sword. Okay, so now it's time for the Knight's Sword quest. This is also another really easy quest. Most of the stuff that you need, you can buy on the Grand Exchange. The only thing you can't buy is the blue-right ore, which is why you need 10 mining so you can mine it. But yeah, let's go ahead and talk to Thurgo and get this quest going. I would strongly recommend bringing along some teleports and some energy potions just so you can get to places quicker. It's also nice having your house in Remington so you can teleport closer to Thurgo. Whoops, turns out I have to talk to Reldu before I talk to Thurgo. My man Thurgo sure loves his pie. Huh. I remember way back in the day when I was so scared to come into the dungeon because of the Ice Warriors. Now it's just like, whatever. I'll do it. Not a problem. Yes, let's mine this blue-right ore. I'm going to go ahead and mine myself a second ore, just in case I want to do the Falador Easy Diary at some point. Alright, Thurgo, here's the stuff. Can I get the sword now? Thank you. Okay, here's your sword, and there we go. Knight's Sword has been completed. There's just under 13k smithing experience and level 29 smithing. Let's go ahead and finish off the last 600 experience and start making some cannonballs. So to finish off the smithing level, I'm actually going to just make a bunch of bronze plate bodies. For some reason I have a few hundred bronze bars in my bank, and I only need to make 10 bronze plate bodies, so yeah, let's do it. Boom, there we go, level 30 smithing, and I can now make, well, it didn't show it there, but I can now make cannonballs. Huh. Well, I thought it was 30 smithing, but I guess it's 35, so let's go ahead and make some more plate bodies then. So I decided to switch to iron bars, and I'm now making iron kite shields, since that's actually quite a bit quicker than the bronze plate bodies. I'm getting 75 experience per kite shield versus 62 per bronze plate body, and plus I can make 9 per inventory versus 5. But yeah, that was kind of unfortunate, but thankfully this won't take too long to get to level 35. There we go, that's level 35 smithing, and we can now make cannonballs. For real this time. If I could divert your attention away for a moment, I would like to run through a quick shameless plug. If you guys haven't done so already, please consider hitting the subscribe button and the bell icon so you can keep up to date with my latest videos. I put a lot of time and effort into these videos, and I would really appreciate it if you guys would show your support by hitting the subscribe button and hitting the like button. And that's it. I told you it was going to be quick, so let's get back to the video. Alright, so I went ahead and bought myself 1,000 steel bars. I'm currently at Alcarried, and I'm going to smith all 1,000 steel bars into cannonballs. One quick thing I want to mention is that if you can, I'd recommend unlocking the Edgevale furnace, since it's a little closer to a bank. But if you can't do that, or you don't want to, then the Alcarried furnace will do you just fine. It's close enough to a bank, and will work pretty well. Another option you can use is the Port Phasmatis furnace, which is also a little closer to the bank, but you will need to complete a few quests to get access to that. So for the 1,000 steel bars, I'm going to time how long it takes to make 1,000 steel bars. I think it'll take just over 2 hours to do, but we'll see what happens, and then I'll do some calculations at the end to see how good this is. Look at that, 36 smithing. And there's 37 smithing. So it's probably worth mentioning now that if you're looking to train smithing, this is not the way you would want to do it. If you're just doing this for lots of money and are okay with a little bit of smithing experience on the side, then sure, I would definitely go for it, but this is not a good way to train smithing, as you're looking at about 12, maybe 13k experience per hour. And there are plenty of other ways that you can train smithing that are a lot quicker. Even the iron kite shields I was making earlier, while it cost me a little bit of money, it still was a lot quicker than this. Well, there's 38 smithing, and this may not be the worst way to train your smithing if you have a low smithing level. It's just I would not bank on it for a lot of smithing experience. So I'm coming up on the last of the 1,000 steel bars that I'm smelting, and according to RuneLite, I'm smelting 480 bars per hour. That being said, I wasn't really paying attention for some of the loads, and I also did get a few levels which were messing me up by stopping me in the middle of an inventory. So that was kind of annoying, but yeah, not too bad. It's taken just about 2 hours, and there we go. So while RuneLite is saying that I'm smelting about 480 bars per hour, I actually did smelt all 1,000 within 2 hours. I started at about 3:09 p.m. and I finished at 5:05 p.m. So that's definitely under 2 hours. But let's go ahead and sell these cannonballs off, and then I'll do some calculations. So in total, the cannonballs sold for just over 828k, or 207 GP each, which means per bar I smelted, I was getting a revenue of 828 GP. The cost of each bar was 476 GP, so the profit per bar was 352 GP. Looking at a grander scale, the total profit earned from the 1,000 steel bars was 352k. Thankfully, since I spent just about 2 hours smelting all these bars, I can simply divide 352,000 by 2 to get an hourly profit of just over 176k. Firstly, the requirements for this alt were super low and easy to obtain. The quest in total took maybe an hour to complete, and plus another maybe 15-20 minutes to finish off the smithing levels. So if you're looking for an alt with a quick setup time and is really easy to get going, then this alt is for you. Honestly, the hourly rate of 176k is really better than some of the other alts that I looked at, namely the Cannonball alt and the Twisted Banshee alt, and rivals the profit per hour of the Enchant Jewelry alt. Another benefit this has over the other alts I've looked at is the prices for steel bars and cannonballs are pretty much stable as compared to the prices of jewelry and food, which seem to fluctuate a bit more in my experience. That being said, you will definitely want to take a look at the prices before you go, and definitely before you buy 100k worth of steel bars to smelt to make sure it's actually worth your time. Another good thing about this alt is that it is extremely AFK. You only have to pay attention and click once every 2.5 to 3 minutes, which is almost doubling the AFK time for a lot of the other alts. The extra time between inventories is really nice, as it lets you get more done while AFKing without feeling like you're not paying enough attention. This extra AFK factor cannot be overstated. And one last thing, I mentioned it earlier, but if you're looking to train a skill while gaining money on an alt, look somewhere else. Sure, alts are better when looking at the long term, but when you're only getting about 12k experience per hour, there are many alts you can do that actually train a skill better and much faster. Also, I apologize for the minor error I made on the smithing level requirements, but the extra 5 smithing levels didn't add too much extra time to the preparations, and realistically it didn't affect the overall time to set up the alt. It was just kind of a funny slip-up that could have been avoided had I looked at the wiki. But anyways, that's going to wrap it up for this video. If you liked or disliked the video, you know what to do. Feel free to leave me feedback or suggestions in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe to keep up with my latest videos, and I hope to catch you in the next one.